The whole world I wait for this. I make the beat drop off.
Mac, I'm gone now.
I got hoes in different area code. Area code. Not gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
D-Mac, we running this rap shit.
I put your soul in ether. Teach you the king, you know you. Godson across the belly. I prove you lost the rest.
Anything goes when we ride. Even with my little shorty by my side.
What's that?
Son, you smell that?
Maybach music.
You smell that, people? That is the smell of greatness. That's not the smell of the P word. That's the smell of greatness. Because like this may be like the third or fourth stream we get to kick off when we acknowledge the boss from the beginning, you know, from the beginning. Big up to the legend, that's E. Ross, checking in nice and early. Big bro in the chat. E. Ross, you know how the rest of us, everyone else in the world is addicted to their phones. The E. Ross phone is addicted to him. You know, when you sneeze and everyone says, bless you now. E. Ross sneeze blesses you. He once had a stare down with the sun, and the sun blinked first. That's who we're talking about when we talk about
Maybach music.
Yes, sir. Big him up. It's love, people. Now we are back on a today's Thursday, yeah? I swear today's a Thursday. Because I got my Bruce Banana notification from the legendary Shane Gooner, where we will be at 8:30 tonight to talk about that. We won't skip past the fuckery. Oh, no. We won't skip past the 3-2 blunder at the weekend. Just go straight into we're the best team in the world, best team in the champ. No, we have some things to discuss, and we will discuss them as such. But before that, and after we acknowledge the legend that is E. Ross, the Don, we'll big up to Never a Pen, Gooner SC, the champion of the world, that is Brian, Brian in the house. Brian, if you're still about, let me know. Got something for you. My G. Big up to the legend that is E. Ross, man. What a guy. Checking in. There he is. Boy 10. The man, the myth, the legend. It's over for Odegaard, my brethren. Listen. Even the defenders of his are having a hard time defending his performances as of late. His performances in general, as of late in particular. To include yesterday's coming on at halftime against a team that's winless in the Champions League. And the end result, the net result of him coming on is us conceding in the 90 plus 4 minute. We didn't put belt to ass. We didn't score. Game was over in the first half. So translation, we didn't need you. Didn't need you in the game. It ain't rising again here. Isn't there a player there? Or is he a victim? Is Odegaard a victim of Mikel's system? Mikel's lack of attacking fluidity, and he has turned the boy into a safe pass merchant. Because this was not him when he came to the football club. When he first came to the football club, he actually used to shoot the ball. He scored a couple of bangers for us during his loan season in like 2021. I don't know what's happened. Maybe he's become a victim of Mikel Arteta's system, or he's been misprofiled, but something is off. Something is grossly off with our captain. Not after what I see in carrot. It wasn't good. It wasn't a good look for him. But guess what? He starts on Saturday. He 100% starts on Saturday. Now, we apply the Arteta tax all the attackers. He's included in that bunch. How was he peaked at what is he, 25, 26 now? Right? Now we can't get into the business as Arsenal Football Club to where we're going to be risking the prime of our players. Right? Some of our players are in their prime. The prime of our players, Declan Rice is in his prime. Gabriel is 27 motherfucking years old. He's in his prime. He's no spring chicken. Eze is in his prime. Saka should be coming into his prime. If we're going to find ourselves in a position where we're going to be risking the prime of some of our players and risking the future of some of our other players, MLS, Ethan that we're loaning out, we're going to be risking the future. There's a price for that, Mikhail. There's a price for that even I am willing to pay. As much as I love some of these players, not attached to them, but as much as I appreciate some of these players, as much as I think Ethan can go on to have like a world-class career, there is a price that I'm willing to pay to let all of them go. But that price is steep. That price is Boyton-esque. That price is damn near the Q word. If you're going to waste their prime and let all the other players go, like you have to win it this year. And I guess you can say if you win it, it's not really a waste. But still, with this squad, the price is minimum a Champions League and a Premier League if you're going to loan some of our young stars out and have our players in their prime not playing their best football. Big up the LFC Monster in the house. Afternoon, people. Hope you all enjoy the tunes. Rock on, come in. Yes, I have Havertz, Eze, Marino, and Norgard ahead of Odegaard now. So it's important for us to highlight and point out that Kai Havertz showed for the ball. Now, remember, I'm talking about against Forest when I stopped watching the game and I started watching him. Odegaard, I'm talking about. I started focusing on him. Wasn't watching where the ball was or anything. I was just watching him, the pockets of spaces that he picks up. And then I came to the conclusion that he was fucking hiding. He was. Now, I see Kai Havertz show for the ball. Now, we can take the level of competition into account. Yes, we absolutely can. It's carrot. They're shit. They're 36 for a reason. But let's not forget that Wolves are shit. 20th in the Premier League, only had 2 points when they came to the Emirates, and we still look bad. So we look bad against Wolves. You know, we can draw something from looking good from Carrier because we have looked bad against shit teams. It's not only against the good teams we look bad against. Wolves are shit, and we look bad against them. But Havertz, for the goal in the second minute of the game, is showing for the ball. In the middle of the park, in the circle, he is showing like he's a 10. And we've all concluded that Havertz is a failure in the midfield. We're upset and we malign the fact that the 23/24 season title running, a lot of us know and believe that he brought Kai Havertz back into the midfield, lost us the game versus Villa, and lost us the league title in that game at home. Villa won 2-0. Leon Bailey scored. Did Bailey score both goals? He barely scored one, and shit, it might have been Ollie Watkins to score the other one. But we lost the game 2-0 at home. Kai Havertz in the midfield, that gets done. It's a failed experiment. But yesterday, Kai comes on and do what the captain is supposed to be doing, showing for the ball. Turn. Pass the striker through on goal. Oh, my God. Who knew? Touch pass. Release. Not Odegaard. Odegaard in that same play, in that same space, people. I'm telling you, I said it on yesterday's stream. It's touch, and that window of opportunity closes, and Gyökeres just out there look like an idiot, just running. Kai Havertz, showing for the ball on the half turn. Scan, touch, go. A striker playing in a striker. Part of it maybe is, as a striker, how you like to receive the ball, how you like to run onto it. Perfect way to pass. And he runs all through. Not give me the ball, touch, play it out to the winger. He got the ball and he looked immediately for the striker and found him. When Odegaard gets the ball on the turn, he immediately wants to drift. We know that. The scouts know that. That's why it's so easy to be marked out of a game, Big up E-Ross, man. My guy, my G. Frankly, looking at what Odegaard did against Carriot, I might as well put the United game on him. He couldn't make it to an hour, boy, 10. In a game versus that lot, our biggest Premier League rivals, that we needed to win because we needed to win that game. 7 points sounds a hell of a lot better than 4. That's where we are now. 15 cup finals, 4-point lead, 45 points to play for. That is a 41-point swing. It's a lot going on there. But that on him, the Forest, the game that I said he was hiding in, 0-0. We shouldn't be drawing that. Big up the joints. And as I respect, the boys going to shit. So what is it? What's the why? Why has he gone to shit is the question at hand that we have to ask. What's the why? Is he a victim of Mikel Arteta's attack or the lack thereof? Because I genuinely believe that a different coach, a different manager can get something better out of Odegaard. Maybe he's just misprofiled. Take the captain armband off him and put him on the pitch with another creator. Right? Try something. Because a good Odegaard is good for us. We're calling it when we see it, but we have seen flashes of brilliance from the boy. We want that back. We've seen flashes of brilliance from Jesus, to be fair. We want that back. If it's only for 3 months to get us over the line, we need that. Mikel got him. The Mikel hooks have been inserted into him. Pause. And he has forgotten that he is meant to be a creator. Now you shouldn't be known as an attacking player. You shouldn't be known for your press. Your press can be a part of your arsenal, pun intended, your repertoire. This guy has the tech and the skill of a Mesut Ozil, but he has the work rate of an N'Golo Kante. It's your perfect player. You know what I mean? Your perfect player. But no. He does have work rate, but doesn't have any of the skill that we need for my requisite number 10. Soon as Odegaard touched grass, we couldn't score against Garrett. Mad. Yeah, man. Big up, man. Big up to Brian. Brian, you should see a wrench next to your name. I can't see it in the StreamYard studio, but in the comment section, you should see a wrench next to your name. Big you up, man. Constant support of the channel as of late. So there you go, my G. How come Havertz is making cheeky passes? Look for through balls and Havertz, yeah. So if Odegaard was out there attempting these passes and just wasn't executing them, that's a different conversation, right? Because you've all heard me say on multiple occasions, the gripe that people have against Bruno is that he gives the ball away, which I do not mind. When you are charged to break the lines, you will be giving the ball away. Now, if your goalkeeper is giving the damn ball away, or your center backs, your DMs like Zubimendi is giving the ball away at a high rate, I'm concerned. But once you are in the final third, a brave pass needs to be attempted, right? If it's not attempted, it doesn't get made. But God, he took 4 players out. 4 defenders from Carriot was taken out to play with that pass from Havertz. 4 chasing Gyökeres towards the goal. That's the compilation that we want to see of him running through goal with 3-4 defenders chasing him. Something's going to happen. Mikel made the Odegaard the system. The coaches rubbed social. Now Odegaard can't start. Save our souls. If Odegaard form doesn't pick up, the story will be that we should have loaned him instead of Waneri. The story of him being sold was a thing last year. He should have been sold. Okay. Do we need to sell our captain? I had a stream titled that. Do we need to sell our captain at the back end of last season? But he is starting because he is starting against Leeds because Arteta will not admit defeat. He's going to die on this hill. He will not admit that he got this wrong. Now, this part of the conversation is where it gets tricky for me because I've been defending Tony Adams all season. People are saying, well, he shouldn't have said what he said. It could have happened behind closed doors. Fuck all that. He was asked a question in a public forum and he answered it. But it gets tricky for me in this sense when people say, well, Tony shouldn't have said anything because he put more pressure on Arteta. And he's stubborn and he's not going to back down now. And I'm looking at Arteta and be like, brother, you cannot be stubborn to the point where you will cost the team to make a point. And when I say cost the team, I mean cost us a trophy. Not a loose win here and there where you make a bad sub. Shit happens. And life be lifing. It happens in football. But are you that stubborn to the point where you are willing to let a former captain of the football club, who is highly qualified to speak on the subject, hold you hostage with his words, whether they were true or not? Most of us know that they were true, that Odegaard isn't it. But are you that stubborn where you're going to double and triple down instead of doing what's right by the team? Because benching your captain is a difficult decision to make. As bad as Harry Maguire was, Ten Hag still had to take the armband off of him because it was killing the team. Odegaard is killing us. He just looks silky on the ball doing it. Havertz can probably make that pass because Victor ran forward. What Gyökeres and Eze represent is the change Mikel doesn't want to do. That pass on the turn. Kai gets that ball and he turns, and he knows as a striker that the striker should be at the races. And he looks up and he sees the striker at the races. I'm going to at least attempt this pass. That's what happens when the line is broken. You create a big chance, and he scores. Now, that very same play on Saturday against Leeds. Someone can get the ball on that same half turn. It could be Eze, it could be Declan, it could be Zubi, it could be Odegaard. Whoever it is, get that same ball, turn, scan, look, attempt it. It doesn't happen. It's the exact same play. It doesn't happen. Fair. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't have attempted to break the lines. That was not a safe pass. There were 4 defenders right there. Instead of reveling in chaos, the manager shied away from it. I was happy with how we looked until Odegaard got on the pitch. Horrible performance yesterday. Odegaard been poor for time. I've been giving him rope, but the rope was caught now after Havertz played. Yeah, so giving Odegaard rope for time, we take the conversation away from Odegaard and be like, hey, man, we've been giving Arteta rope. So if Odegaard has ran out of rope, because I've ran out of rope for Arteta 3 seasons ago, right? Odegaard is out of rope. There are people who's ready to throw Gyökeres in the bin. You're like, yeah, he's not good enough. Bin him. Okay. You want to bin him after 6 months, but you have time for Mikel after 6 years. Like, some consistent energy, anyone? Big up, man. Big up to the assembled BX Gunner in the house. Man, that's not respect. I can't believe how poor Odegaard was. I believe it. I believe it. He slows down the game. Now, no matter the level of football, you make the game slower. You hand the opposition the advantage. Now, was it instruction from the coach? Hey, we're up 3-1. Let's go out there and see out the game. What kind of mentality? What are we doing? We're up 3-1. We're clean through. Top of the Champions League. Go put your foot on their necks, man. Bayern Munich would slap these men for 8. Now, there were chances in the game for us to run the score. I'm not going to lie. I think I counted 3, 2.5. Clear-cut Jesus chances. Like, when I say clear, I'm like one-on-one with the keeper. At least twice. I may have missed one, but at least twice, I know Jesus was one-on-one with the keeper. Didn't make the keeper pay. Gyökeres could have scored one that came across that all he had to do was make contact. When he made contact, then the ball went up in the air instead of forward. So we did have chance, but these chances that I'm talking about for Gyökeres are all in the first half. and obviously the Jesus ones was all in the second half. So he scored some of those. Maybe we have a different conversation on Odegaard, but I'm not gonna lie, the game went down a notch. Just like how we all agree against Leeds and against Wolves when he got injured and came off and Ethan came on, the game went up a notch. He comes on against Carey at Almighty, the game slows down a bit. You know things are bad in the Arteta fandom land when you see even Dio turning on Pillowfoot. It'll just be a few more months that the Quad will become her only 2 points behind City. We can do this. Just keep everything will be fine. Just keep Odegaard off the pitch. Not after last night, but that's we can gloss over that statement, but we know hand on heart he is starting on Saturday. He is. All right, Mikel does not have it in him to say, Tony, you were right, with actions or words. He won't. He's going to double down. Something tells me he's mad at Patrick when the reporters passed on Patrick's words from the studio. From we need to be more expansive, need some more creativity. We're flat. Brother, you need to take it up a notch. This is Man United. Even Sky Sports knew the magnitude of the game to bring fucking Patrick there and sit him next to Roy Keane. This is how much they knew this game meant to us as a fan base. It seems like everyone knew what the task at hand was except for our captain. Feels like Arteta made Odegaard captain just so he always has an excuse to put him on ahead of everyone else. Because it's clear as day now that it's not a meritocracy. He's not playing on merit, right? Because he's out there and he gets away with everything that Eze gets benched for. That's one of the most frustrating parts of it to me. Like, brother, I see bro hiding. I see man going in these soft tackles against Chelsea that led to the first goal. And there are games that we should be killing off in. It's not happening. And there's games where we need goals and he is coming off. And you're like, what's going on, man? Big up to Gunarica and the doctor doing his daps. We talking about Ghost the God and his Papa Mikel. Conversation has to be had, Gunarica. And it's a must. It's a must. Now we have the same spectacle around the starting lineup this weekend that we had the first 2-3 weeks of the season when we were like, oh, is it Gyökeres? Is it Havertz? Is it Eze? Is it Odegaard? Is it this guy? Is it that guy? And we would have to make one prediction based on what we think is going to happen. And then an hour before the game, when the lineup comes out, we have to change our picks. And he was running with the three fridges in the midfield and that. Captain Book came on. And everyone turned into statues and overplayed passes, overplayed touches. As I think about it, Nani's game actually got worse when the captain came on. It looked static. Yeah, there is no flow to it. It's just, that one worker or that one coworker, that one, y'all all in the living room, y'all out back, y'all on the porch, y'all having a laugh, and that one person walks up and y'all just stop talking. It's not like you were talking about them, but it's 5 of us. We're here chopping it up and we're having a good time, and then that one person just walks up and everyone gets quiet. You don't have any personal vendetta against them or anything like that. They're just socially awkward. So everyone just stopped talking. That's what it seemed like yesterday when Odegaard came on the pitch. Everyone was on the pitch having a good time. He comes on and everybody's like, oh, shit. The party pooper's here. So let's just do the professional thing. Get the ball, pass the ball. Get the ball, pass the ball. Get in our shape. Play our system. There's all the fluidity was gone. Gone. Let this Ibrahim kid that debuted last night play ahead of Odegaard. Yeah, that was just another. I didn't care still because I was expecting a full rotation, full 30. That's what I put in yesterday's thumbnail. If everyone was fit, Ethan didn't leave, Max Diamond was fit, it would have been a full 11. You will see out there. If Odegaard is supposed to be a quality player, then the coach don't have nothing to do with getting a tune out of him against Carey at Almighty. Oh man, listen, no, we got 29 like 10 people. We have to get the we have to get to 20 likes. Or we shafting BBK on the likes today. Big up to the assembled for the update. By the way, he looking like Ronaldinho on one of his dribble attempts because it's carry. We've never doubted that Nani can dribble. Like ball to feet, okay, cool. And I think it's the assembled that even said one time that we need to give Saka Madueke's dribbling skills and give Madueke's Saka's finishing touch. Then we would have a complete winger. We got one that's really good at dribbling, and we have one that's better clinically at the other one. And same shit on the left side. So we don't have one complete winger if you really deep it. Big up to Godfrey, man. Why does not respect Godfrey? Big up to Jacques Cousteau in the house. Big up to Stockholm Gooner. What you saying, my bro? Can't handle the pressure of C playing with freedom in the CL against. Yeah, pressure comes. No. So it begs the question as we look ahead, like I say, right? We're looking ahead, 15 Cup finals. How much pressure will Leeds put on us? Because I think Leeds knows that, right? Leeds puts pressure on us, increase their chances of winning the game or getting a draw. I think they'll be okay with a draw. But if they apply pressure to us and they see us not respond well, they might think they can get all 3 points. They have beaten big teams this year, you know. Matter of fact, after Chelsea beat us 1-1, they went to Leeds and got punched up. So, interesting this weekend, but I am not as confident as I should be going to Ellen Road. I'll say that. Havertz moving like a taller Robin because his fucking carrier coach got nothing to do here with the Odegaard stinker. None. Dribble. He will cut, beat, and then that final touch, he overhits his own dribble. You know, that right there is indicative of a footballer that I don't want to say trying too hard, but his brain is moving erratically. That's why his feet are moving like that. You know what I mean? But you should never overhit your dribble when you have that much space between you and the touchline. You know, I blame Arteta for picking him now. Any other game after this Odegaard starts and he's shite, coach shouldn't be picking him. I'm willing to bet money that on Sunday, I'm not sure what time kickoff is, but I'll bet money that his go-to midfield is what will start on Saturday. Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard. We're seeing two different things. We are seeing Odegaard slowing down our attack. We are seeing Odegaard being static. We're seeing Odegaard not putting in good performances. But Arteta sees Odegaard as retaining possession, keep things sticking, providing leadership. He sees something different. Remember, the duck or the rabbit. We're on for the walking quad, guys. There can't be a captain passenger. So imagine how good this team is, you know. Imagine how good this Arsenal team is, or the rest of football is shit. Because with a asshole of a manager, stubborn November class, with a captain that doesn't captain, he's not performing his duties as an attacking player and as a captain. An attack that's fledgling to the point where we might not have double-digit scorers for 2 seasons running. In spite of all 3 of those things being true, we're on for a quad. So either this team is really good, outperforming those negatives, dragging the weak links along, or the rest of the league, the rest of the Champions League, and everyone else is just shit. And we're the best of a bad bunch. Which is it? 32 watching. We got 37 locked in right now. What the like count looking like? I can't see it, people. I can't even see it from the studio. I'd have to open up another YouTube window, but I can't see it from StreamYard. But big up. We know what this team needs. I thought they need to catch up. Odegaard bench. Who's going to tell him? Who is going to tell him? Because he doesn't see it. Somebody has to tell him. Airpod Albert, or who's his lead assistant? The Argentina guy is the scout, but someone has to tell him, like Mikael. Time for Odegaard to sit. Big up to my bro, the Waffle Don. Love my G. I was gonna say BBK Arteta gonna die on that Havertz and Odegaard sword. Yep, he is. One came on and showed up the other. One is barely fit. One is fully fit. You know, one is coming back from surgery and that. In and out the lineup. Is he fit? Is he not? Just heard last week he had a setback. We discussed that on the Bruised Banana. So we know, one thing we do know is that Havertz is not fit. Calafiori is not fit either. They had pre-planned subs at 45 minutes. They're not fit. So imagine that, people. Imagine the magnitude of what we're talking about. An unfit Kai Havertz displayed a better 45 minutes in the midfield than a fully fit Odegaard against a team that is shit. That was a team that's 36, a team that was giving us space, that wasn't doing the low block thing. And we still had a poor performance from Captain Fantastic. None whatsoever. There are men in this chat that haven't even ghosted their ex as hard as Odegaard ghosted last night. I don't know. Is Mateo in the house? Does Mateo be ghosting him, you know? But Mateo be hitting and quitting. Mateo is Mr. Pump and Dump. So he be ghosting. And then he had them crazy chicks out of his workplace trying to give him all that nyash. Yeah. Jacques Cousteau, my G, says, yeah, Odegaard is a safe player. He's a champagne 8. A champagne 8, you know. Haven't heard that one. A champagne 8. Timu Modric. The Timu Luka Modric. And even then, he doesn't switch the play as well. A poor man's turkey. Caviar box to box. Can receive the ball from the goalie and give the final pass. You see the switch the play part is that annoys me, because yesterday I was even talking about this yesterday. And I asked the question, when's the last time we seen Arsenal do a diagonal switch to the winger when we're pinned in on one side? We rarely see it that way. We walk it horseshoe style, very, very slow. You know. But it's not it. The rope gonna catch Arteta if there's less than a double this season. I hear it. A double he can ride, even a domestic cup double. See, that's where domestic cup double. That's been my thing. But I've had to explain the win the league and still sack him type talk that's been going on. Anything less, unless it's the UCL, the rope will catch Arteta. I hear it. The Arteta rope turned into Arteta hope. It will run dry. This is the wordplay from these men in the chat, you know, I swear. Is Leverkusen Havertz back? Let's see. I think we're getting excited prematurely, says Jacques. Odegaard slows the play. He's all about control. Reminds me of what Griezmann did for France, except he ain't got that dog in him. The control part, I fully agree with, but I think this is an extension of what Arteta tells him, right? Captain, the coach does the captain. This is my plan. Go execute it. You and your boys on the pitch. So the control is from Arteta through him onto the pitch. It's just going to have to be up to one of those players on the pitch that's just going to, man, fuck you. This is what we're going to do. You know what I mean? Because if you're a Declan Rice, you can do that because Arteta cannot bench you. If Declan feels it and defies them for that free kick against Real Madrid, which turned out to be one of the biggest moments and the highlights of Arsenal Football Club season, if he knows that a little maverick can lead to something good, if you're a Declan, and you're on the pitch and you feel the pulse of the game, and Arteta wants you to lock up shop, and you're like, nah, fuck that. Let's go put our foot on these men next. What the hell is Mikel gonna do about it? He can't bench you. It's not like he can. The only time we don't want Declan Rice playing is for when we think he's on overload and he needs to rest, or the game is done. You take him off and wrap him in cotton wool so you can protect him. You can't bench Declan in defiance, talking about he's not carrying your plan. Like, what are you doing, brother? You heard what Tony said when they asked him. He is better than Arteta. He's a winner. Tony's words, you know. Mikel is the slowest coach to make changes. I told you he only goes to the hospital until it's too late. Yeah. Man got a full-blown heart attack before he asked for EKG in it. Ego overdoing what's necessary. Yeah. The broski is in the house. I ain't even see the broski sneak in. Love my bro. Another 3-hour stream, you know. When I leave here and I go to the gym, I have 3 hours of Uncle Views. Big up to Uncle Views, man. 3 hours, you know. But listen, I love y'all, but I don't think I can stay on here for 3 hours. You know? And I get to an hour and a half. One, I get the long face from, you know, Mrs. BBK and that. Big up to Views, man, giving us 3 hours of free content. Love that, dude. Let Havertz and Eze fight out for the left A position. Keep Prince Charming on the right because Saka ain't the same without him. And Rice and Zubi Noga compete for the 6. There are games where I want to see Zubi or Rice, not both. I guess on the testament of the chat from yesterday and in other performances gone by, apparently Norgard has been good. I haven't seen it. I have not sold on Norgard yet, but there are people saying that Norgard, there's a player there and he should be given more minutes. Fair play. I haven't seen it yet still, not going to lie, but I would like to see just one of these guys in the 6. Yeah. Odegaard or, yeah, I'm not a fan of Havertz in the midfield long term. You know, let's try Odegaard there, right? Because the press is needed. The best we've ever looked with Mikel at the helm is when Granit Xhaka played the left 8. Now, as much as we punching up Odegaard now, surely he's better than the ball than Xhaka. You know? Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Rice, Eze, Havertz, Saka, Martinelli, Yak, run it. I don't think we're going to have... now, we can take... Point. We beat Club Brugge 3-1 in a dominant performance. The following weekend, we had Wolves. Remember that? Had Wolves at the weekend. We're like, oh, we're going to tear them man apart. We know how that happened, how that worked out. Right? Carriat are worse than Brugge. So we were supposed to blitz them, man. When I look at the stats, our XG was higher than the actual amount of goals. We had a 4-point-something XG and we only scored 3 goals. That means we missed a hell of chances. That's what I extract from that data. We're not going to have the same amount of chances against Leeds. It's going to be a different game. You know, home to Carriat, Kazakhstan team who are just happy to be here, happy for the vibes, versus away at Ellen Road. You know, it's chalk and cheese. Big up OD1. OD1 out. Odegaard step on the pitch and we switch the DJ booth. No music, no party. The party was over as soon as he touched the pitch. Played for his own team. Yeah, the chat is ruthless on Odegaard today, man. But unfortunately, boy 10, first name on the team sheet with the armband. And when he gets hooked, should the game be close again, 0-0 in the 65th minute, he's coming off. 0-0 in at halftime. Okay, cool. We've worked him out. He goes back there, give him his team talk. Hey, in 10 minutes, if we don't unlock these, man, changes are being made. 65th minute, coming off. When he make it to an hour versus United, he's coming off. But he starts. I'm willing to bet money. Big up, man. Big up to Mateo. Love my bro. Still want that quad. Okay. Rich homie quad. How quad is. Oh, Lord. Better get to work. That's a mad one from Jacques, you know. Big up, man. In an interview, the interviewer asked Madueke at a team dinner which two players are guaranteed to sit next to the coach without hesitation. Then he said Saka and Odegaard, his captain and his vice captain. Imagine that. Brother Odegaard looked scared, shook, spooked. His shoulders not built for this thing. You know, they say pressure is made for shoulders, not hips. You know, like leadership matters. It does. You're going to lead a bunch of men. You have to have something about you. He ain't got it. I ain't saying he's a bad person or anything like that. But him, even Saka, I don't even think Saka is a leader. You know, doesn't demonstrate those leadership attributes for me. Doesn't. You know, Leeds relegation battle, we are in trouble. Aarons has been informed, and he moves around that central area. It's a hard match. Calvert-Lewin in form, he's probably going to score. Calvert-Lewin is in blistering form. Our still conceded the least amount of goals in the Prem, but we went from less than the Chelsea team to 17 in one match, 14 to 17. Conceded 5 goals in all comps in our next 2 games. The clean sheets seem like they're few and far in between now. It looks like a distant memory. We were racking up clean sheets and weren't even conceding shots. But oddly enough, there's this one guy who wasn't in the team at the time. It's Captain Odegaard. You have the receipts. It will be a hard match, though. We cannot let them score first, man. Finally, some pressure. Let's see what the boys are made of. If we fumble here, they ain't the big dogs they think they are. You want to win? You have to shut the haters up or earn it. But so here's the thing, y'all. I can copy this and I can take it back 3 match weeks, and it's still applied, right? Because I thought the Liverpool game, this exact statement is what the club should have been about. Some pressure. Liverpool at home. This is the time. This is the chance to get your lick back based on what Liverpool did to us match week 3, August 31st at Anfield. That was the time. Put our foot on our damn neck, put on their necks. Some pressure. Didn't deal with that because City had dropped points. Pressure. Failed. The very next fucking week, after a dominant performance in Europe again, Forest. Pressure. Let's see what the boys are made of. They fumbled. So is it creeping in their mind that, in Europe, we're going to have spaces and we're going to do our thing in Europe. But in this Premier League, these teams are going to make it hell for us, and we don't believe that we have the strategy, the tactics to overcome. I think we do. But Arteta, I'm not going to say he doesn't have it. I'm not going to say even a see it yet. Go earn it. Go take the Premier League. I think he is, quite frankly, hoping that Man City just implode and just drop points while we shithouse wins with set pieces. It's a very risky game, If Odegaard starts against Chelsea, oh Lord, is that rollover laughing? Everyone coming out the weekend with a gray beard. I might let mine grow just so I can vibe with you. The same goes for Mikael, says Jock. If you want to be extra on the sideline, give stern interviews, you got to earn your goddamn paycheck. Yeah, I hear it. Hit the likes, people. Come on, what the like count looking like now? I shouldn't be this fussed about it. I'm not. No. But keep your comments coming. I'm thoroughly enjoying reading these. We only need Vieira to come back on loan for the famous 5 will be back together. Odegaard, Havertz, Jesus, Vieira, and Zubi. Now, how is that loan going? Is he cooking over there? Porto are a Europa League side, are they not? How I can find out. But I know we watched them in the summer at the Club World Cup, and he wasn't great. He wasn't great at all, right? Where is Porto? Did Porto not qualify for any Europe? Are they in the conference? No, the FC Porto. They played today. 9th. Yeah, they can keep him. Discounted price. Nani has all the tools, but came to work without the right set. Man forgot his utility belt. Yeah. Stockholm says Madueke is the most frustrating player to watch. Great on driving the ball forward, but the final product is so awful. Yeah, he is Iwobi incarnated, bro. The way his feet move, happy feet. Has more control with the ball close to him than Iwobi, but Iwobi, you could tell his brain was just flickering the way his feet would move. I call his ass happy feet. Nani's still shit because Chelsea environment still rubs on him. I think Nani might be dealing with trauma of Chelsea selling him the day before a final. That would fuck with a player's mental, you know, be like, damn, these men didn't think I could help them with anything the day before a final. You know? Man, big up from E. Ross. Please, I beg, someone tell Arteta Odegaard thing is over. Someone has to tell him. But does Mikel come across as the guy who empowers his staff to give input? You know, because not everyone leads that way, you know. Chief Chambers will have an open door policy for all my shooters, all my mechanics, all my technicians can walk in at every time and be like, hey, Chief, I think we're doing this wrong. There's a more efficient way that we could do this. And I will say, do tell. And they will tell me, and yeah, point taken, but we're doing it this way. Oh, you know what? I like that idea. Let's try that for 30 days. Havertz hasn't played for 6 months, bro. You telling me he's more match ready than Odegaard? Look that way. Better touch, better vision, more ambition in his play. No disagreement there. We need Pat and Henri come and teach our man how to be proper dogs, dickheads. Yeah, man. Run a red light. Too many nice guys. Everyone stops an amber. Run through that shit. Beep, beep. Who's yelling, oh man, for missing passes in training? Definitely not Odegaard. Our boys are friendly. I think Gabriel and Declan would do it. Yeah, those two guys are just oozing leadership and begging for the armband. But Declan is on the pitch, Gabriel is on the pitch, and Odegaard goes off and he's passing it to Saka. He's a luxury player and doesn't have enough Hall of Fame badges. Waffle Don said he reminds me of how Arteta was at Arsenal. Yeah, it's a direct reflection of how he played. Timid. Score a free kick every now and then. You know, have a good game, 1 in 10. You know, mediocre at best. On Arteta's best day, his performance would be a 6 out of 10. You know, we need players like Timber when a 6 out of 10 is a bad day for him at the office. You know, that's where Timber has set the bar. Timber has set the bar so high that when he drops a 6, people are like, hey, man, what happened to Timber today? He wasn't his usual Timber self. He wasn't the first to every ball, wasn't blocking every cross, didn't pick up the ball right 4 or 5 challenges and dribble into the opponent's half. Timber didn't do Timber things today. It's only a 6. Oh my God, what's happening? You know? No flashy passes. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, Mateo. Yeah, man. He with the work wife. You know how he do. He's channeling his internal Eros. I reserve my right to see the Leeds and Chelsea lineups as a result before I write off this season. Now, there is a big part of the fan base who actually believes and legitimately believes that if we lose this Chelsea game, it unravels. Right? And that Chelsea game is what, next Tuesday? Now, this Leeds game leading up to that Chelsea game. Now, imagine this, people. Imagine we don't win at Leeds and then lose to Chelsea. Then the assumption can be made, or the argument, or the narrative can be ran and spun that where did the slip start? What was the catalyst? Was it the 0-0 at home versus Liverpool? Was it the 0-0 away versus what was it, Forest? Or was it the home loss to Man United that was the catalyst? Because we've been ringing alarm bells over here while we were winning. We rang the alarm bells after the Wolves game. Shut up. It's 3 points. What you mad about? It's 3 points with 7 points clear. Shut up. Warnings hasn't been there. But these 2 games, if it's anything other than a final appearance and 3 points, season write-off. Don't know if you saw me say this yesterday, but Arteta loves Liverpool. He should get the speakers back out in training and play an old school LFC team recorded called Pass and Move with that Barnes rap. Nah, I didn't see this yesterday. I would definitely remember this shit monster. But I don't even think he's doing shit like this anymore. He's out of gimmicks. Plus, he can't be doing all these gimmicks with these players now. Some of these players, when he got them, they were 22, 23. These men are pushing 30 now. There's a different level of tactics you need to motivate a 19 and 21-year-old versus someone who's 27. And this is the type of thing you will know and develop as your own leadership career progression goes. Right? I didn't treat my privates the same way I treated my sergeants, and it wasn't just always rank based. Your average private is 18, 19 years old, just left home. Your non-commissioned officers, your sergeants, them men are 30, 27 or 31, established. You lead them differently. The league's not a control league. You have to kill teams off before you lose control. Zubi mistake is proof of that. Yeah. Zubi essentially passed Man United 3 points. Because if he doesn't do that, I think we win the game comfortably. He passed them the momentum and they seized it. Okay? When they saw that when they out-tacticked us, when they saw that how Carrick asked him to set up was leading to chances, they started to believe in what Carrick was doing. And we continued to play in their hands. And then once the captain was subbed off, they were like, yeah, we got these, man. We got them. They ain't it. Nani's got his boots on the wrong feet. He looks that way. The way he overhits the final touch in a 10 to 15 second, 20 to 30 yard dribble. Nani does everything right to get up to this point and then dribbles the ball out for a goal kick. Not a close goal kick, but a heavy touch. It's mad. I'm sorry, guys. I've never been vexed with a player before. So this shit. Welcome, man. And I'm glad you're expressing that. Okay, this is how everyone feels while we're watching the game. We get frustrated. You know how frustrated you have to be to stop watching a game of football to start watching a player? And that's essentially what he made me do. He was so poor, I stopped watching the football to start watching him. Big up to Footy Banson Thang. Nasa confirms, man. The shit just landed in my backyard, yeah? Nani shot just landed in my backyard. I just tell the pilot, just landed in my backyard. That's from No Ceilings Mixtape. If you know, you know. Big up to Jacques against the unrelated. You heard what Paul Pierce said about your boy Brunson. Talking about the rest of the team don't like playing with him. IDK, if I disagree. I 100,000% disagree. What the fuck is Paul Pierce talking about? Paul Pierce have some of the shittest takes you will ever hear a basketball player, man. This was the same guy that said he was better than Dwayne Wade. Remember when in front of Michelle Beadle when Jalen Rose had to cook him on national TV? Right? He's got 3 rings, you got 1. She was like, 10 All-Star appearances, you got 3. He was cooking him. Paul Pierce. But I haven't heard what he said in context, but he's the Boston player. Boston, this and that. Of course he's gonna hate on Brunson. But Paul Pierce, just for that, haven't heard what you said. But lean in for a little bit, Paul Pierce, and BBK Sports is gonna give you a slap. Well, a slapping on your bum buck, lads, yes. Speaking of the Knicks, we did the damn thing last night. Big up to T. Gooner. Man, as I respect every time, give you a round of applause as well for your super chat, my friend. Says, if Arteta lose this year, do you think he will go? If he loses everything, he has to go. If he only wins the Carabao, he has to go. A domestic cup double, he stays. A double of any sort, he stays. That's been my position. But he can go over. There are people who say that if he wins the Premier League, they still want him sacked. And I've explained why I don't agree with that, but I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I will explain it again, but I think most people here was here when I explained why I feel that way. I'm just getting back in the chat, but big up to T. Guna for the super chat as well, man. Damn, am I this far back on the chat? Motherfucker. Okay. E-Ross the boss. Arteta's ego for writing checks is ass getting cash. That's the problem with this guy. He will never be humble enough to admit his mistake. Yep. Man will he's that cheating spouse that want to stay out all night and be given the benefit of the doubt. He's a non-winning coach, a non-winning manager who wants to be given the benefit of winning before he's won. Like, what the fuck were you last night? I was out. No. With the kind of history that you have, you don't get the privilege of staying out all night. You have to bring your ass home. You know, you violated the trust. You've given the entire fan base PTSD. For bottling what? 3 league titles. Norgard is a solid DM. With the film he's produced, there is no reason he shouldn't be rotated with Zubimendi more regularly. Arteta doesn't trust him. Does not trust him. Yeah. I agree with that. Would drop Zubi for that foolishness against United on principle. Like the message needs to be sent, innit? Like, brother, you can't do this with no consequence. 100. Big up to Kwaja. And then that looks much better. All right. The likes went down. Did someone unlike the damn chat, the stream? But 24 sounds good. What I know about Norgard, he should have came on to shore up games. That's all I know. But you get guys minutes so they are ready for this part of the season. Yep, match fit and match sharp. It doesn't make any sense in the world to have all these players match fit. Yeah, they're fit. They can give you 90 minutes, but at what level? Are they match sharp? Not sure. Brian said England cricket had a batsman who wasn't very, but he was a brilliant captain. Wasn't very good, but he was a brilliant captain. That's why he got picked. None of the players had a problem with what Odegaard, from what I'm hearing. So the thing is, he wasn't a good captain. The thing is, Brian, when Arteta comes out and say why he's the captain, he says they all voted for him. That's popularity. The captain of the football club shouldn't be involved in a popularity context. I promise you. Not all of those players in that United dressing room liked Roy Keane. Not all of our players liked Patrick. Not all of our players liked Tony. Not all of his teammates liked Michael Jordan. He was punching motherfuckers. It's a popularity, right? The guy who's, when the coach is not there, the guy who's gonna have a light practice and let you eat ice cream when the coach is not around. That's who you're gonna vote for. You like him. It's cool. It's vibes. A leader is supposed to be someone that you respect. You'll follow. You don't follow someone who's soft. That boy's soft. You can have a captain that lacks ability at the game if you're a brilliant leader. You can. Because Xhaka was never a great footballer, but he had some leadership about him. You know what I mean? Big up to Mark. Love my guy. I wanted Yuck, but he is too limited technically and it hurts to watch. If Martin plays this weekend, we are cooked. Yuck is playing this weekend, and Odegaard is starting. So I guess we are cooked, you know. And be that as it may, imagine he's limited technically, and he still scored that damn 97 goals, doing what he did yesterday. Now, there were moments in the game where we would need him to do what he did yesterday. Ross, I got a question for you. What do you think Odegaard listens to before matches, musically speaking? Let me see what I got on my soundboard. What the fuck does Odegaard play? Oh my days! I don't know. He does it. Does he? Yeah. This is what Odegaard plays before a match. That's what he plays. You know what I mean? He should be playing this. I got myself a gun. I got myself a striker. I got myself a gunman. You know what I mean? He should be out. He should be listening to Top Farm.
Yeah, we not Top Farm.
But nah, man is out there listening to oh no, oh no, oh no. Maybe he doesn't even listen to music at all. He doesn't need anything to hype him up. He just goes out there and slow it down. Remember that Bobby Valentino? Slow down. You have to first evaluate the coaching instructions of the player is actually being shite. But Carriot, bro. Carriot almighty, you know. It's mad. I don't care what the coach told everyone. It's Carriot. Ball out. 6. Belt to ass. Should have been 6. Them men were there they were there to score a goal. That's it. When they scored, you saw their reaction. They're there for vibes. There for the party. Yeah, slap that man 7-1 like we did PSV. That would have been, you know. GP, general principle, the assembled. GP, on general principle, we need to say, Zubi, we rate you. We know it's a new league you're adjusting to. In some games, you've done way better than others. Some games you haven't done well, but we carried you. You know what I mean? But for that mistake against United, I'm going to have to sit you down. And I'm going to give Norgard a run out. You know, see if he's a bad teammate. I didn't even know Kazakhstan had a league or that league was eligible for European football. So this is what happens when they just keep expanding and expanding and expanding. And you go on that team, you go on the team table for one of these leagues, and you will see it says Champions League qualification for the team that finished 6th, or the team that finished top in one of these shit leagues, Champions League qualification. Then at the end of the year, they take all the teams that were qualified for Champions League qualification. They throw them all in a bracket and they have it out. It's like 20 teams, and they play for 2 or 3 slots in the UCL. But yeah, it's a shit league. The Norwegian league hasn't even started yet. I think their league started in March. Bodo Glimt, like Tony calls them, are using the Champions League essentially as their preseason. Ghost these days. They're not big dogs. Don't like to fight. Yeah. It's not the damn size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. We ain't got it, man. We ain't got it. Fabio had some dog in him. Did he? I think Benny Blanco has some fight in him, some shithousery. Even Skelly. But, you know, Saka ain't got no fight. Starboy ain't got no fight in him. I hear that he was cooking some. Yeah, man, that Sheen apparently. he can't cook. They need some of that. They need some of that hard food. Big up to Guna Rican say at this point, take Dennis Suarez. Dennis Suarez, you know. These are the dark days of Uncle Unai before he fucked us over. Dennis Suarez. Oh, my days. Nunny needs to clean up, man. Frustrating as hell. You're too fast and too shifty to be this average in your final decision. You know what I need Nunny to do, Jacques? I need Nunny to make his damn mind up. Because his feet are moving so fast, his mind is all over the place. Make your damn mind up. Shoot or pass. And when you find himself in position sometimes, bro, get it on target. Get it on target. Worst case scenario, goalkeeper pars it to one of your teammates and it goes in. Because the passes that he attempts after he cooks his man is a pass to the opposition shirt. Like 10 out of 10 times. Like, right out. Great results for the Arsenal women's last night, too. 6-0 win. Final to play Corinthians to beat Gotham FC 1-0. Yeah, big up the ladies, man. Yeah, that's it. Gervino Nunny. It's mad. I won't shave my beard until we win a trophy. Beard gang. Hey, Waffle Don, you joined it? Nah, Waffle Don ain't partaking in that kind of fuck because Waffle Don got his home, you know. Jacques, you got one of them little kid beards, or you have like the whole womb broom thing going on? You know, you Rick Rossing it. You know, I thought about growing a beard, but I'm just rocking with the goatee for now. But yeah, man, is saying and not shaving the beard. Without the forehead, you know, it's mad. It's possible that it unravels if we lose against Chelsea. Imagine if you will, Odegaard starts as an absolute stinker, and then the dressing room splits. The dressing room splits, and then the manager doubles down and backs his captain. That's the beginning of the end of him. Then we will finally know the truth about who Declan was talking about when he said fucking shit every time. 15.6 million pounds, man, making more than all the players. But yeah, he is well paid. Big up the T.Gunner again. I watched Odegaard at the Emirates, and he does more dancing and the Jabberwockies. Oh my God. Paul Pierce was used to being cooked by the way that man, I don't know what he said, but what he said. He was basically saying Brunson's a bit of a ball hog and don't find his guys as also as a liability on defense. But yeah, you know, I mean, he's not the greatest defender. I don't think he ever pretended to be that. But they called this guy Mr. Clutch for a reason. He won the Mr. Clutch award last year for many clutch shots. And who is he supposed to defer to? Mitchell? Like, what are you doing? When Cat ain't doing big man things. And you see that damn Miss Melina, yeah? Where's she at? I hope she's live today so I can go crash her stream. Because she came in here yesterday talking that shit about the damn Toronto Raptors. We moved to you in the third quarter. And I said we were going to put 120 on you, Mel. And we got 119. So, hey, I was one off of how many we're going to put on you. But yeah, we moved. I think Cat only had 6 points and we still blew you out at home by like 20-something. It's mad. Respect the current NBA Cup champions. What are we doing? Don't play with me. Again, if we had Arteta's success rate in our jobs, we are all getting sacked. 6 years, you know. We're going to use 7 because he's going into his 7th. Good. Big up to Wahaha, the United Ambassador. Say good morning, Tyrant Chat. Watch this Odegaard hate from all sides all of a sudden. You know, this is not something you want to do, you know. Big up to James Bond. Manners and respect, my brother. Renewed membership. Again. Real Jenna. Big you up, brother. The Odegaard, it's not something you want to do in a slighting one of your own players. But there's only so long that they could lie to themselves. You know what I mean? They couldn't have to realize. I did my research. I prepared. The Arsenal women have the most revenue and are the most valuable club in the women's game. We have the most PLs, 15. Chelsea trails with 8. Yeah, the ladies are doing their thing. Say, nah, you got to win the quad with your captain. Odegaard can captain from the stands for all I care. This guy better not be touching grass unless a disastrous string of injuries happen in our midfield. And imagine he gets injured after we just loaned Ethan out. One of my fears. One of my fears that we have 110 at the club and we voluntarily made ourselves weaker by loaning the players out. In the Army, we call this a self-inflicted shortage. Right? If I lose if I chapter out, if I involuntarily separate one of my warrant officers or one of my sergeants, then I call HRC and I said, I need a E7 Sergeant First Class ASAP. They'll be like, wait, you had Sergeant First Class Boy 10, Dio. What happened? Oh, you chapped? No, that's a self-inflicted shortage. You have to do your job with whatever you got. So if you had a mission that required 7 people, you only have 6, you better figure it the fuck out. Self-inflicted shortage. You made yourself weaker by chaptering out or separating someone who didn't want to be separated. We made ourselves weaker when we separated Ethan from the squad. We can give the biggest salaries, attract the best players. Croc has invested in the sport for years. We are basically Real Madrid in the women's league. The comparison does not work. I need the success of the women to translate over to this side because I'm not going to go to a parade for the women. I'm not going to fly that far. I need Arsenal Football Club, the men's first team, to be in big boy names conversations. It isn't enough with Odegaard. He's had enough. I don't want to cuss anymore. Boy 10 has reached his boiling point. Just go look at the Forest game. He was taking up residence behind the damn Forest defenders. Odegaard playing like 6 in the 10 position, while Zubi and Rice do all the hard work for you to send it in backland. Yeah? Back to David Ryan. You're like, fuck that. All this work for nothing. Give the defense. Give them 4 or 5 more touches. Touch. Yes, while they're setting up and you're out here touching, cutting back, looking silky. So you got to believe. Where we at? The assembled getting his depths. Dow, big up Dow. Hope you're good, my G. Tomorrow, yeah, we're on the the American Idiot show tomorrow. You gotta listen to some bangers, man. You gotta listen to some We Go Make It, some Locks, some Jada Kiss. We Go Make It. Fab is probably 41 around there. He's only 38. I thought he was older. No slander. I was thinking of people that was talking us down. Yours was at the top of the list, so I can't invite the Arsenal lose. We lost. We got moved to at home. 42 of y'all locked in. What you telling me? Question the assembled says, is it possible that Arsenal could qualify for the Club World Cup Championship if they constantly do well in the semifinals? My understanding, it's a point system. Yes, it is a point system based on coefficient and all that. That is the reason why Borussia Dortmund was able to qualify for this one based on being in the finals a couple years ago in their performances, because it's not because they have won the Champions League. Dortmund won the Champions League in 97. For the historians in the chat, it was 97 and 98. I think it was 97. Them motherfuckers won the Champions League and they qualified for a tournament in 2025. It's not because they won the Champions League in 97. It's because of their recent performances in Europe. So Arsenal, quarterfinals, semis, assuming we do well this year, if not win it, might be in luck for the next one. Big up to James Banner again, man. Man, big up, Majana. James Banner said Odegaard came on and the game went trash. We actually lost the second half. Man. Out of all the things that happened, first versus worse. What did we do when the captain came on? Conceded a goal. Trash. Oh, man. But you would trust Phelps on the land more than Skip Bayless on the land. Skip, that damn Skip. No, I wasn't not a fan of it. Especially now with Benfica doing their madness yesterday, Marseille is out. So now Ethan won't even get Champions League minutes. He won't get Champions League experience. We're still in it. We could have given that to him. So now with him, it's just Ligue A and the French Cup. You know? Yeah. Marseille are out. Marseille are 25th. They missed the cut line by a goal difference because the goalkeeper did a madness for Marino yesterday. So Ethan is sitting there like, and I feel for him. Mateta looks like Mateta is off the Spurs. Is that true? What?
Breaking news.
Took me an extra second there to find my breaking news button, but Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know. I see some shit about Villa Park. Oh, the Villa played tonight in the Europa, yeah. Big up to Tafari Kush. That's a wicked bumbuckler name, not in the dog. Wicked. Jacques says Arteta is the guy who finishes top 3 in all prelims, makes it to the Olympic Games, qualifies for the final, and then finishes last. Oh shit! Finishes dead last, you know. I be feeling bad for them cats. By that metric, still make him a top runner, just not good enough at all. Yeah, that's a bad boy comparison there, man. I fucks with that one. Big up the Blacks, the usual suspect. What I hear about Hincapie ability, ripping off his wrist after. Oh shit! Damn, I haven't even heard. See. This is why the chat's goated, you know, because I haven't even heard this. I haven't heard that one at all. But in Capier, man, I think Piero has room to grow. He's very solid defensively. Oh, angrily, yeah, I haven't. He has the ability to defend, but going forward, he slows down our attack a little bit. Look at this guy. Said it's a Keith Sweat Thursday. You know what I'm gonna put on when I go to the gym here in a little bit? I'm gonna put on some Busy Signal. I don't know if y'all know about Busy Signal, but I'm bumping some Busy Signal today on the way to the gym. Where are we at? Dortmund, and Dal's been consistent with this. You know, Dortmund. I think he could cook in that league, or Leverkusen. He didn't cook at Sociedad, did he? I'm hearing Marseille might sack the Zerbi, another hipster coach. Rah. See, that's the thing. So we send Ethan there to develop under the Zerbi, playing a certain style. Benfica does a madness, knocks them out the Champions League qualifier. Chain effect. What if the manager goes to Marseille now? Doesn't fancy Ethan, and then he goes to Marseille and then he doesn't even play now. Now, does that playing minutes time void the terms of the loan that we bring him back? This is what I'm saying. The loan was a bad idea because things that you can't control will affect Marseille, just like no one could control them. Benfica was going to do that madness yesterday versus Real. And now they might face Real in the knockout round or the playoff. Imagine, because if Benfica knocks out Real Madrid out the playoff, we get Benfica. I think that's how it, because since we're the number 1 seed, we will get the lowest possible seed. And right now, Benfica are 24th. So if they knock out Real Madrid, that's who we're getting. Do we want to see Uncle Mourinho in the round of 16? Do we want those problems? That's the end of Mateta's career. Like, Kudus is figuring that shit out quickly, innit? He's realizing quickly, like, bruh, from London to London, you know? From the London stadium to it's better. It's not a good look over there right now. He's got room to grow under a different manager. Hear it. Big up to Tyrell Gutter. Manners and respect, my bro. For me, after Arteta, it has to be someone with a strong CV who is in win now mode, not another project manager. You will qualify for the Club World Cup if you win the UCL or get enough coefficient points. Every country gets 2 Club World Cup entries unless more than 2 teams wins it from that country. And that is gospel right there, because that's the champion of the world, Craig. That's the champion of the world telling us how to get into the Club World Cup. Big up, Brian. Blunderman must have heard he was getting sacked. What's the odds of that happening? That's crazy, isn't it? Big up to IE Cardo. Big up. Glad the algorithm found you. Welcome to BBK Sports. We do this daily. Says, I still fancy Arsenal over Madrid. Which one? Atletico or Real? Like I said on yesterday's stream, I want to avoid all the big guns at all costs. So give me the easiest route to the Champions League. But what I think is the easiest route isn't always is, because I'm just saying, you really don't want to face a Mourinho team with momentum. Because Real Madrid, they're European giants, biggest club in the world, but they give you some shit performances that make you hold your head sometimes when they're playing against even Barcelona. When Barcelona was playing Chelsea with that high line, you're like, damn, these men could beat Chelsea if they just defended or took a step back, We're to the point where man is standing on the halfway line, gets sent off, picking up a second yellow, and the manager is giving him a high five as he's walking off. Oh, Carter says both. The shit house. We already beat Atletico. But that's the thing, though, right? We have a history of beating teams in the league phase, and then we see them in the knockout rounds, and it's different. PSG. We already beat Atletico and see them in the knockout rounds, and it's completely different. Bunch of legends in the man. Big up, man. 30 likes. Did we get to 30 likes, Rossi? You people are goated, Absolute goated. He was formed from the Masia project manager. We are going through a rebuild. It's basic math. Doc and AJ hashing out, manager things. But big up, people. Like I said, I could give you a 3-hour stream like Uncle Views, I didn't get to properly. I did. I think I properly acknowledged E-Ross today. He came in at the very beginning at the stream. So I encourage you to go back to the beginning of the stream if you missed the E-Ross tribute. If not, enjoy the music on the way out, people. I will hit it for E-Ross one more time. It's love. It's past 9 a.m. I was supposed to be at the gym at 9. But big up to you, baby. You absolute legends. I'm gonna say it. Take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.
Maybach music.
Mac, I'm gone now.
I got holes in different area codes. Not gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
Lead Mac, we running this rap shit.
Fuck with your soul and ether. Teach you the king, you know you. Godson across the belly. I prove you lost the race.
Anything goes when we ride.